car not repairable for this weekend. In fact, the chassis is already back at the shop in Michigan, and they're trying to get it ready again to take to Watkins Glen for next round of the Tudor United Sports Car Championship, which is the other program this team is concentrating upon this year. The plan initially after the accident was to take over the car is also being running by the Lavra competition team this weekend, car number 50, running in the GTE amateur AM category this weekend, and that certainly is the plan right now. But they are certainly working flat out at the shop to get the second factory car built up again for Jan Magnussen and Antonio Garcia, who share the car in North America.
Just on board there with Rob Bell in that Aston Martin that's hunting down Jordan, and the gap between those two cars at the moment is just, what, 2 seconds. Very brutal on the curbs, Tommy.
Yes, I mean, you know, these cars nowadays are built really strong. I mean, yeah, you should always be careful on the curbs, but they can take it. I mean, just to pick up on Jan Magnussen, what a bit of bad luck there for him, really. He was really a passenger in the car. There was nothing that he could have done. It was, as I understand, a stuck throttle that sent him in the wall. Just a terrible way to get out of the event like this. Great guy, Jan, but I'm sure Corvette's fighting strong, and you know, I'm sure hopefully they'll have a good result.
Yeah,
you know.
And of course, you have GTs on your CV as well. All those days of Koroiser and Marcos and.
Absolutely. I mean, it started with the GTs, my history here at Le Mans, and we had some really good runs, and all of it, I have to say, with RML, with a great team ran by Phil Barker, and so we had a fantastic run. I can't complain. So I'm really enjoying. Of course, I like to be racing, but you know, it's great to be on the other side of the fence and see how the young guns are doing. Now,
our good friend Neville Hayes sitting here, he just showed me a note. He's saying he first met you in Formula 3. Was it SAP engineering? What's that all about?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I can't even see. I need glasses to read that. It was Formula Renault. Yeah, I mean, Formula Renault. So this man commentated on my Formula Renault races, and of course I won the Formula Renault Championship in 1990, and it was Mr. Hay that commentated on all the races. So
point, yeah.
we go back a long way, don't we?
Now you're from the land. Tommy, you're from the land of Ayrton Senna and some great Brazilian drivers. You're always called the honorary Brit, aren't you, amongst the Brazilians? But you must be very impressed seeing all the Brazilians doing so well at the moment, particularly in the Blancpain series. Guys like Jimenez coming over and doing really well now with BMW.
Absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I mean the sort of GT or stock car scene, as we call it in Brazil, has been strong for many, many years, and it's been really a surprise in a way that not many drivers haven't come over earlier. But now you have BMW Team Brazil, which is a great effort that they have with a lot of backing from Brazil, and drivers are coming through into the sports car racing. And I mean, the GT scene is very buoyant at the moment, so there are definitely plenty of
do you have a place in that? Are you helping, tutoring, mentoring, advising?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sort of ongoing sort of coaching people in other things and other formulas, even in UAE, in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. So I do get around in terms of coaching, and but you know, I'm not retired yet, so I'm still about. And
Ray Malek, you still have contact with the teams? And
very much so.
Yeah, and we had the Zayod last year, of course.
Absolutely, which I was obviously part of that. I was doing the test driving for Zayod, so
yes, that's what I was going to get to. Yeah,
that's right. So that was a great program to be involved.
So here we are, perfect person to ask. I mean, you haven't obviously driven the Nismo's cars we have here, but what do you think the difference would be between driving a Zayod and this?
This is a completely different car. I mean, the LMP1 Nissan effort has nothing to do with Zayod in terms of technology. I'm sure a lot of lessons were learned from that, and I hope they're applying some of it here today. But obviously, it's very early days in their program. I think it was, you know, they're just not ready for it for sure. But I'm sure they'll be good and ready for next year.
And we're just hearing a note that the number 41 car has been withdrawn from the race with that battery problem we talked about earlier on. And again, I'm going to get on the soapbox one more time and say what a shame that they aren't allowed to get that car to get the battery replaced and get back into the race, because I know there's a lot of people here that would love to see that car running again.
That's the Grease car that won 2 years ago, and they pulled off earlier. I don't know if you saw.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it coming to a halt.
Went behind the wall, and turns out battery problem. So
wow, that's a big shame. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, such a relatively minor thing to put the car completely out of the race. I don't know.
Well, there you go. It just goes to show that you can't overlook any area in the car. You know, just something as small as that can just bite you.
And of course, that was another Tom who won in that car, Tom Kimber Smith. You know, good name to have,
absolutely,
isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So, Tommy, so what's the future of Le Mans now?
Sorry?
The future of Le Mans. How do you see it?
Well, I mean, look at the field now. It's a fantastic field. I think that, you know, hybrid and fuel efficiency, I think will be sort of you know, dictating, I suppose, the technology that's being used here at Le Mans for a while. It seems to be something that's related to the automotive industry very, very closely. And these guys, the big guys, look at Audi now coming in the pits, but they're certainly showing the way with the technology. And you know, I mean, it's a very buoyant field in LMP1. So many cars, and I think maybe more manufacturers will want to get involved.
Yeah, so this is Marcel Fassler coming out of second place at the moment. This will be his 11th stop. This is the 10th, yes.
10th stop, yeah, and this is now lap 121, so once again 13 laps for Marcel Fassler. And what's interesting to me is that we saw the last several stints that the Audi was able to close in on Mark Webber. Not so in this stint. The gap, the lap before Marcel Fassler pitted was 21 seconds. Matt had heard a little while ago, we were saying the gap remained pretty constant at about 16 or 17. So once again, towards the end of his stint, Mark Webber turning a series of very consistent laps there in that number 17 Porsche out in front of the field.
Yeah, perhaps the track's starting to come to the Porsche now as it gets a little bit cooler in the evening. And
indeed.
So yes, Tommy, GT, that's something else you've always had an interest in, and we've seen such an increase. McLaren hoping to come in next year, Ford being announced yesterday with the GTs, a full program, WEC, Le Mans and Tudor.
Pace is looking better. Yeah, I do one for
They were obviously listening to Jeremy then, saying how much better Mark Webber's been running.
Yeah, it's been a really good effort by Mark Webber, I think, here, because we've seen the other guys struggling towards the end of their triple stints in the cars.
Yeah, I was clearly recognised by the team and asking him to do more. So that's Mr. Steady.
We're going to a break, Tommy. Stay with us. returning to yellows down at Mulsanne. The Alpine has crashed down there. Seems to have got quite a lot of bits missing off it, including, look like, one of the rear wheels.
And that's Paul-Luc Chatin, who's driving the third place car. He, I think, took over that car only a couple of laps ago. He's buried it in the gravel there. Has there been contact as well?
Well, he's lost his rear body. He's trying to get it started again, isn't he? You see lights coming on. Marshall's can't get across at the moment. We have got the double yellow, and we've got that double zone. You can see the green flashing light. The cars have to go through that section at 80 kilometers an hour, but he's lost a rear wheel, as well as some of the rear bodywork. And of course, something next in 2 years' time, LMP2s will have wheel tethers fitted mandatorily, as well as crash boxes at the rear and Xylon panels on the sides. So Tommy Erdos with us, a former Le Mans winner in LMP2, and Tommy, something you never want to see, do you? Even your rivals.
No, I don't. They've just shot a replay of the guy going off, just very slowly going to the gravel. It's a shame we didn't see the beginning of that, so I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
So did a tyre perhaps blow and it took the rear bodywork off?
I don't know. I mean, the left rear tyre looks okay. I mean, it's not a very good angle at it, but yikes.
Difficult to say. I mean, if a tyre went at that point, he would have just done that. Would have.
Well, they've called the medical car.
Broken some of the bodywork and.
Yeah, so clearly more than that.
Safety car, third one of the race. So obviously the driver is still in the car and needs assistance. What a great shame. The Alpine, one of the prettier of the LMP2 cars, run by Philippe Sagnot's Senior Tech operation. Yeah, the rear wing end plates are missing, so it's obviously hit something, not just
sorry, Mark.
rear tyre explosion.
Jeremy's just given me
Damon,
his headset.
Tell us
there.
what you've spotted, please.
No, well, I've just spotted the, I mean, nothing more than you guys really, but the rear wing end plate, the left-hand side is missing. You can see definite clear air between the main plane and the top of the wheel, so that's missing. So it looks like he's probably lost it on the entry, and he's probably hit the barrier to the inside or something like that. And then the only thing that we've seen in the camera is the car almost
just rolling to a halt.
Rolling to a halt, really. But I think the damage was done before that, so it looks like it's had contact with something, something that was probably not moving. So, like a barrier.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that's obviously just after the kink, the famous kink where Davidson had his incident with the Peugeot, sorry, with the Toyota a couple of years back. So it could have been a contact with another car, and we just don't know at this stage.
Yeah. Well, Tommy, while they're circulating around, we're just starting a thread about GT cars and the resurgence of GT racing at Le Mans. They tried to get GT3 and GTE together last year, the convergence they called it. It didn't happen. Now McLaren is saying, well, we want to be at Le Mans, so our car is halfway towards a GT. We're happy to do it. Other manufacturers, Ford coming in. We're hearing other stories. TVR being relaunched with V8 Cosworth engines, designed by Gordon Murray, of course, who was the McLaren man originally. And this again, it looks like there is another golden era of GT racing coming.
I think these are really exciting times for GT. I mean, you come into Le Mans this year and you see the big duel between Ferrari.
Driver's still in the car as they pick him up. Sorry, that was Eduardo Freitas.
Okay, I mean, the driver may be in the car still, obviously hoping to get the thing going, so he's quite rightly, he should stay in.
It's got to be a fun ride, hasn't it?
Yeah, I saw one earlier on in the race. What was it? The Porsche, I think, got out of the gravel at first chicane, and he carried on. So the driver's doing absolutely the right thing being there, but yeah, it's not exactly a fun ride at the moment, is it?
Has he actually got a rear wheel on? Difficult to see, wasn't it?
Mm.
Helicopter shot, this is great, and this course, just to remind everyone, this is the first time in all the years I've been doing Le Mans, we will have had full camera coverage around the whole circuit all night long. Previously, I used to just stop coverage at about 10 o'clock at night, and we just had to have CCTV cameras and what's going on in the pits. But even the helicopter's up tonight. Beautiful conditions, it's calm.
Yeah.
brilliant. I mean, the weather stayed okay for us, didn't it? So with so much rain sort of leading up to the race.
So replay of just some things been seeing. Ben Bowlby's Nissan putting so much downforce onto the front of the car, and of course it's going to light the front brakes up.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a great time of night, this, isn't it? It's fully dark now, and you can really see how hard these brake systems are having to work on these cars to slow them down from these immense speeds. You have the prototype cars, P1 cars, they're doing well in excess of 200 miles an hour. In race trim, probably about 207 or 8, I would imagine, in terms of miles an hour. The GT cars and the LMP2 cars fairly closely matched, actually, around about 180, between 180 and 185, a little bit more than that, but not much more than that. So a big discrepancy between the speed differential on the long straightaways here, Tommy.
No, absolutely. The P1s are very, very fast again. I mean, I mean, I saw, I think, a top speed of 340 kilometers per hour, 342, I think I saw once.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. That's pretty fast. And they're still braking probably at about the 100 board coming into the first chicane. That's mind-boggling.
So just to get back to GT a moment, we were talking about this new age of new GT entries.
Yes, I mean, I think it's hugely exciting times for GT. Again, with Ferrari, you know, the duo between Ferrari and Ford that they're playing, obviously, this year at Le Mans. But, of course, there's so many other manufacturers playing such a big part in GT racing. It's just a great, all over the world you see GT racing very, very strong. So I think it's good to see the likes of McLaren and people like that putting effort into making the class structure a little bit more sort of easier for everybody to understand. Quite frankly, it has become a little bit confusing with GTE and GT3 and all of those denominations. You know, let's just have a class that everybody knows and all the manufacturers can get involved with. You know, who knows? I mean, they could play a huge part in Le Mans.
We won't go down the LMP2 route tonight. We've covered that at some extent. Okay. Tommy Erdős, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Real pleasure.
And, really good to get your insight on that, and keep working on the Brazilian drivers, because we're thoroughly we cover the Blancpain Series endurance and sprint on Eurosport, of course, and we're thoroughly enjoying what all your guys are doing there for BMW, and it's been a really successful program there.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. They're just looking at the 38 car being fettled in the pits at the moment. Oliver Turvey on board the little Gibson, the car formerly known as Zytek. And if it wasn't for for bad luck for them today, with gearbox problems earlier on, they would have been further up the pile. As it is at the moment, they are running in 8th place in P2, but that will gradually come back to them. We've got a long, long way to go. 16 hours and 11 minutes. We're going to take a break. See you in a moment.
Okay, Mark, we're behind safety car P. It appears that we've got Audi 9 ahead of us. Then we are P2. Then you've got Nico behind you, and Fazler behind him, Audi 7 behind him. We're all in the same safety car, P1, 2, 3, 4.
You're back at Le Mans. We are under safety cars for the third time in this race, and well, they're dealing with an incident involving the Alpine down at Mulsanne corner. The car's been lifted out of the gravel, but we are behind a safety car because at first it was feared there might be injury to the driver. It looks like he's right. He stayed in the car while they lifted it up and craned him back onto the tarmac, and Paul-Loup Chatin is going to try and get that car back to the Alpine garages here, but they did look a little bit empty when we saw the last camera shot. The other garages that aren't empty are the Nissan garages, the LMP1 Nismo cars. 2 of the 3 cars being worked on in the garages at the moment, and the last one that just came in, Jonathan Buncombe's car that Harry Tinknell had just taken over, back in after only 2 laps on the track. So that's starting to go a little bit the wrong way. Damien.
Yeah, and some very revealing pictures there, because we saw them working on that car, on that prototype, that Nissan, that P1, with the engine where the engine's in the front, which is most unusual. Really striking Ben Bowlby design, really different.
Yeah, engine at the front, gearbox at the front, big fat wheels, and at the back, little tiny wheels. So
Tiny wheels.
They put the driver in the wrong way around.
And, yeah, and they drive it like a forklift. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, and it's actually aerodynamically, it's really, really different as well. There's 2 big tunnels through that car. You can look actually from right through the car from front to back. And I saw it with some of the bodywork off.
That's our 4 category race leaders at the moment. Jordan Taylor, that's a great day for them at the moment. Corvette coming back from that massive accident, not only for Jan Magnussen, but also this morning for Gianluca Rodo in the privateer Labra Corvette that was crashed at the same place but was repaired and got back into the race.
And nice to see Pedro Lamy there leading. Did you tell the viewers that he had chicken pox?
We did. Well, I haven't done it tonight, but we had it.
Yeah.
We had it in stereo, didn't we, 2 nights ago? Because not only Adelaide, but Liz also interviewed him, so we got a double dose of that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else on the pit lane has caught it. But
not
yeah.
yet. No, we keep looking at Liz, just making sure she's safe. Liz Halliday, our star pit reporter there, working with Adelaide, of course. So great shots at night, and you can see
that just gives you an idea there, Mark, doesn't it? I mean, that's how dark this place is. You know, you talk about like somewhere like a couple of other 24-hour races or endurance races. Daytona's completely lit up. Then you go to Sebring 12-hour, and Sebring's lit up, but not like Daytona. It's a little bit dark. But here, it's unbelievably dark, out into the wilderness. 8.5 miles of pure darkness.
Also showed us is how narrow the track is on parts like that run down to Indianapolis we just saw.
Yeah, all lined with trees on either side. So, you know, if there's any rain, you get tree sap down there. There's lots of debris. It's a main road. Obviously closed for the duration of this event.
That's a good job, isn't it? Yeah. But what's interesting, Damien, because we've got these safety cars out again, fortunately for the whole race and for us, those top 4 LMP1s are all together behind one safety car. The same in GT, the GT protagonists, they're all in one group together, so no one's going to lose out big time. The pain, of course, particularly for Chevrolet, is that they've all closed up on him now.
I'm here with Nick Tandy from the number 19 Porsche. Now, we've just had another safety car. Le Mans is especially different with safety cars with the 3. Is this going to help you or hinder you?
I mean, this one will help us. We got caught out earlier on in the race with the 3 safety cars. I think a couple of the leaders were in a car ahead of us. Obviously, there's three safety cars on the long lap here, which kind of splits the field up. You can win or you can lose. Earlier in the race, we lost, but this time we've probably gained maybe around 30 seconds or so, closing up to the leader. So I think the top 4 in P1 are all behind the same safety car within a few seconds of each other. So let's race back on, I guess.
And I think I've just felt a few spots of rain, and there is some rain forecast now. Is that going to help you guys a little bit too, or are you pretty good in the wet?
We were good in the test in all conditions when we were back here a couple of weeks back, but I mean, honestly, I think we'd like it just to play out as safely and normally as possible. But of course, this is Le Mans. It's racing. It's 24-hour racing. It never goes to plan as easy as you like, does it?
For sure, it doesn't. Thank you. Good luck.
Well, Nick Tandy just confirming what we said about them all being bunched up. And of course, Nick, the only guy in this car that he shares a Hulkenberg and Bamber who's been here before, finished 7th last year driving for the GTE factory Porsche team.
Yeah, super quick driver. Actually deserves this chance that he's this big break that he's been handed this year. But funny to see his facial expressions there. He was trying to hide that smile that he had like a Cheshire cat there, because they got a bit of a 30-second boost, he reckoned, because they're all bunched up behind the same safety car. And then going from that to Liz suggesting there's rain coming. He kind of looked out the window or looked out the door there going, oh God, don't tell me that.
Well,
so he wants it to be dry.
Audi Meteo quite clearly told us this morning that there would be no rain for the rest of the weekend, but cloudy tomorrow, yes, but no rain. But who knows? We're not that far from the Atlantic coast here. The wind's only got to go through a few degrees and suddenly it's blowing in rain from the sea. Yeah,
I mean, it just throws up so many variables, doesn't it? And there's some great shots. Look, they were just one of those extra lights in the bumpers that were in very, very close. That they're specially for night. And one of the two colleagues there in a team, and one suggesting that they spray some liquid to clean it, and then they went on to the second one. He said, no, there's no lens in that one.
Now, a little bit of concern, of course. This safety car is going on for some time. Why? We had a driver still in the car, didn't we? They moved him, they craned him still in the car down at Mulsanne, but why have we got this ongoing safety car? Is there damage to the barriers we haven't seen yet? Eduardo Freitas hasn't told us yet.
We still didn't get to the really the root of that problem, did we? We just saw the aftermath of it with that car just sort of slowly making its way into that gravel trap, but obviously there was something there. We don't know what the catalyst was really.
The race director is normally very quick to tell us, you know, if there's a problem, like with the Duval accident. It told us very quickly the hole had been punched in the barriers and they were sending out trucks to fix it. We've had no information at all so far about this.
No, we haven't. I don't know whether it's a sort of a safety car thing, trying to line up all the safety cars equally, or maybe, you know, maybe they're cleaning up some debris, but they don't appear to be. I'm sure we would get some pictures if there was some heavy vehicles moving out onto the track to repair some barriers, I'm sure. And again, we'd be, as you say, we'd be told about that as well, like we were earlier.
Yeah, but the safety cars, I mean, they work for themselves. There's no question of people being waved by or being waiting to catch up. That's why they use 3 safety cars.
Well, yeah, but sometimes the second or one or other of the safety cars could be told to just slow it up a little bit,
right,
to sort of equally space the 3 of them, if you like. But yeah, sort of a fairly complex system, but it seems to work well. Another fabulous shot from the helicopter.
And here is Jordan Taylor's car then. The 64 Chevrolet Corvette. Is the race going to come back to him after no wins since 2011? We're going to find out, aren't we, over the next 16 hours, exactly 16 hours, as we take a break for just a couple of them.
Qui patiente comme tout le monde en attendant la fin de la procédure safety car au volant de la région numéro 13, Alexandre Caratori de
information to the pit lane. We need to do heavy repairs at Mulsanne on the inside. What we're going to do is we're going to remove the safety cars from the track, leaving zones 19 and 20 under slow zone regulation. We're going to remove the safety cars from the track, leaving zones 19 and 20 under slow zone regulation.
Welcome back to Eurosport. We're on lap number 126, still behind the safety car for an incident. And we just got word there from the race director that they are indeed repairing some barriers to the inside of Mulsanne. We didn't see that incident, the cameras didn't pick it up, just the aftermath of it, so we had to speculate, and I think we speculated right, didn't we, Mark?
Yeah, we got it there. The
I guess.
Alpine of Jean-Luc Chatin, that's John Wolfe, if you like, in English. Jean-Luc Chatin punching a hole in the barriers with that little Alpine. Very pretty little car, but I think it's done a lot of damage to that car. So what Eduardo Freitas is going to do is going to withdraw the safety car, but they're going to be working on the inside barriers under safety zones. So we're just waiting for the signal to come up. The safety cars are going in. So as we mentioned, the four front-running LMP1s are all together in one group behind a safety car. The GT Pros, the top three there, are all together in one group behind their safety car. So no real damage has been done to the race by that. There's a huge gap anyway in LMP2 at the moment. The Bradley KCMG car, which he shares with Housen and Lapierre, has got a 5-minute 40 lead, is that right? Yes, that's the safety car over Tristan Gomendi. So still, it works still, Damien, having the three safety cars, even though the drivers don't like it.
Yeah, it does, but interesting to see that they're actually just going to work with this new slow zone, and then the rest of the lap will be back racing again, right? So that goes to show you, well, a couple of things. Goes to show you that the organisers have a lot of confidence in this new protocol, this new process of this slow zone, where they can actually work on a barrier whilst the race goes on. And the other thing, probably what they're looking at, and there you go, double yellow in zone 19.
Well, in fact,
is that?
It's 17, 18,
18 and
19, which is just before the hump.
Yes.
The kink and the hump, then down into...
So what that'll also do as well is that will allow all of the cars, all of the competitors to get their temperatures back up again, because it's not all of these cars, you know, obviously were designed to run at speed, and it's nighttime, the temperature's low, and I think it's the right thing to do to keep them running at speed. Obviously we've been under safety car for a little bit, but they've changed that now, so they're going to get back up to temperature, proper temperature, where the operating temperature, where the cars have been designed to do, and plus are safer at all those temperatures. And we're talking temperatures, you're talking tire temperatures, tire pressures, brake temperatures, and yeah, so here we go.
Yeah, oh, we've got a spin already just as we've gone green again. That's the 35. Where are we? Just looking down the order. That what happened there? Here we are. Here's the replay. That is at the forward chicane, and this probably underlines exactly what you were just talking about. Cold tires.
Yeah, and I think I'm not sure what, you know, whether they've just done that for the organisers. I mean, you know, got the race going again, and using this yellow zone just to make it more exciting, to start the race for the fans again. I bet you there's a bit of it there for safety because of the aforementioned reasons with temperature. And you can see the I think that's an Audi in front, and he's weaving there quite at speed, that's like 200 miles an hour weaving there, trying to generate a little bit of pressure, a little bit of temperature into, that's a number 8 Audi, into the tyres.
Of course, the Michelin man who was in with us earlier, Goubert, telling us that the drivers have these indicators showing their tyre pressures, temperatures. The same ones go to the pits as well. So
yeah,
he can see he's got to get the temperatures up.
And it's live telemetry as well. Of course, you've got back at in their pit garages, they've got offices with huge banks of television screens, computer screens, and you've got engineers there constantly monitoring every second of their cars running, and there'll be alarms for, and there you go. There's the yellow boxes. So you've got the deceleration zone right there.
So Jeremy Shaw just rejoining us, and Jeremy, I don't know if you followed what was happening, but the hole has been punched in the barriers at the entrance to Mulsanne corner. Eduardo Freitas and the race direction decided to get the race running again, so they're repairing those barriers on the inside under slow zones, just so we can keep the race going.
Oh, right, that's interesting, isn't it?
So we were just speaking, Jeremy, about the reasons why they would do that, and I sort of just went through the safety reasons to get for the cars, bring all the temperatures up, tire temperatures, brake temperatures, etc.
Yeah, it's yeah, good call. I mean, it's a tool they have at their disposal in race control. So the rest of the racetrack, they can be racing. What the heck? I think it's a good idea. But I just ran out there trying to find some food, but couldn't. But I did find Giancarlo Fisichella, and somebody tweeted a little while ago.
You didn't eat him, did you?
Yeah, I've almost actually. Somebody asked me what happened to the number 51 car, because it's a lap behind everybody else now in GTE Pro. But the what was I going to say? Sorry, Joe. What was I going to say?
You were going to tell a joke. You're going to tell a joke.
Yeah, I was going to tell a joke, yeah. No, I asked
Neville,
what happened to... Sorry, Nev. I'm not laughing at
Neville
you.
sprinted out of here.
Neville Hayes taking a bit of a tumble behind us. You're right, Nev. First things first. But no, I'll throw that to Giancarlo Fisichella, because we noted earlier on he lost about 3 minutes in the pit stop, and that was right when that accident happened. He was indeed involved in that big accident when the number 8 prototype car crashed up at just before Indianapolis. That was what caused a lengthy caution period while the barriers had to be repaired, and Fizzy's car was the right wing mirror was removed, the right rear tyre was punctured, and that's why they had a slightly longer stop, and that's why they fell a lap off the lead in GTE Pro. No harm, not that bad, and they were able to replace the right-hand door, change the tyre, get it back out again, but he had lost a lap. And I was talking to Fisichella about these slow zones, and he was telling me that he like you, Damien, I think he isn't particularly a fan of them because of that sort of incident, because the greens were out, but there were also cars still going at 80 kilometers an hour, because there had been a slow zone there right beforehand, and some of the other cars were going only at that speed. So there's a massive speed differential between Fizzy and the other cars, plus those prototype cars hammering down on them from behind as well. So it's kind of a tricky situation, and drivers need to know now that it is particularly difficult when those slow zones are being removed.
And of course, it doesn't make it any easier at night, does it?
Yeah, absolutely right.
Meanwhile, we've just deployed a safety car here in the commentary box for Neville Hay.
Yeah, is he okay? He's smiling, so he must be okay. That's good news. But I think Jimmy Bruni is at the wheel now with the number 51 car, and when we were kind of in the process of going green here, sort of kind of with another slow zone out at Mulsanne corner, he was right behind the leaders, I believe, in the category. So he's trying to get back onto the lead lap.
So Pedro Lamy still leading in GT AM. It's still Jordan Taylor in GT Pro. It's still Richard Bradley in LMP2. And as Jeremy's just been telling you up front, great battle now developing between Ras, Webber, Hulkenberg and Fassler. And just those 4 seconds separating those at the top.
Yeah, Neil's
still not long released from the safety car, of course.
No, partially. There we go. See, coming down into the slow zone there. Good on board shot there from the number 17 car. Mark Webber in second place. That is the race leader, René Rast, right ahead of him. As you can see here, the yellow flag's waved. The yellow lights are on, as well as the barriers, the repairs to the barriers being made. Must be around about right there, mustn't it? On the inside of the racetrack. So, and you can see the green there after that zone as well. So it's green on the exit of Mulsanne. So it's still Jordan Taylor that leads then in GTE Pro. That's the good news for Corvette. The bad news, already one of those cars didn't even start because of Jan Magnussen's huge crash on Thursday night. And also we're just hearing number 50 car, Laberton competition car, has been withdrawn with gearbox problems. So that's a shame. Those guys did a great job to repair the car after an accident this morning. Yeah. And got it onto the grid, and you know, we're looking for a good solid run. But
they did, but
not to be.
I sort of, well, I predicted something might happen to that, because once you have a lateral crash like that, and a lot of lateral load going through some parts that are, you know, that there's no lateral load supposed to go through, like bearings and so on and so forth, differential stuff like that. I'm sure it's probably related, but yeah, it's a car like that, when it has that sort of an impact, really needs to be rebuilt. They did a fabulous job, and it's really sad to see their demise.
We are hearing it could be up to 1 hour to repair these barriers, so the lap times are going to be fairly skewed over the next sector up until certainly midnight. Hey, another break coming up. Neil Shani being refueled. Goes back out into the race as we go into another commercial.
Welcome back to Eurosport. Jeremy Shaw with Damien Faulkner, and we've got another guest with us at the moment, Gregory Murphy of the Murphy Prototypes team. His car currently running in the fourth position in P2. We'll get to him in a moment. A couple of things to talk about. First of all, on the last lap around, which was lap 128, Nico Hulkenberg in car number 19 passed his teammate, number 17, Mark Webber, somewhere. We didn't see where that change occurred, but there's a change then for second and third places. The leader, René Rast, is pulled out about 4 seconds over the leader, and Marcel Fessler is right with Mark Webber as well.
And of course, that's the beauty about this new system, isn't it? That we can get rid of the safety cars, go back to racing for practically 9/10 of the lap.
Yeah,
and you can see it's beneficial.
Yeah,
perhaps not for Mark Webber in this case, but
yeah, right. I do like that aspect of it. It gives us all, whether we watch on TV here in the booth or here at the racetrack, something to watch. The other thing to note is that we believe the number 97 car, Rob Bell at the wheel of the Art Deco Aston Martin, has just pulled off the road at Mulsanne Corner, I believe that was. So that car doesn't seem like it's going to be going any further. So that looks like a catastrophic failure for Rob Bell after a great run by himself and Darren Turner and Stefan Mucker. As we see what was the race leader, René Rast, onto pit lane for service. So this will be his 10th pit stop of the day. René Rast brings that car onto pit lane, and he will most likely remain at the wheel of that car. This will be the end of his second full fuel stint, and then we'll resume. I don't expect them to change tyres or drivers on car number 9. So that will put Nico Hulkenberg into the lead of this race. I think that's the first time number 19 car has actually been in the lead. So yet another race leader, but what a race this is turning out to be. And we've been joined then by Greg Murphy. And Greg, it's a very exciting event going. First of all, philosophically, you and the safety zones here, the yellow zones that we have on this racetrack, we're able to, as Damien Fonten was just saying, we're able to go racing at least for 90% of the lap.
It's great, and for people out there watching it and who are camping out, and it's great for them that they can see racing and they're not watching the safety car again. And so it's yeah, definitely a positive thing.
Yeah, lots of stuff to go. Now, your car, give us an update on how the Murphy Prototypes car number 48 is going at this stage in the race with what we've what
15 and a half,
7 hours, yeah, 7 hours, long time to go.
Yeah, so we've gone quite well actually. We've had a few problems, which is unusual. It seems to be up here every year there's problems, but not this year, thank God. So far so good.
It's the wrong shade of green, Greg.
Don't it is.
Surrounded by Irishmen here, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, I don't. Jeremy,
could you step out for a moment?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it has been a really good run. Greg, that was the number 19 car, Nico Hulkenberg. Was that saying he's got 3 laps to go before his pit stop?
I think that's what he said.
No, I don't think so. He's not due yet. So, but yeah, it's been a really good run. You got yourself up in the top.
Sorry, yeah.
Challenging for second, third, and fourth. The leader car, the number 47 car, that got a break under one of the early caution periods, the full course cautions, and was able to get a big break on everybody else.
So the KCMG there are quite a bit ahead, I think, and the rest of us are quite close behind. We've Nathaniel in the car now, and himself and Karun will go through the night, and we would hope to make some progress between now and then. So yeah, it's going really well. Team are happy, we're all very calm, and you know, maybe we're getting used to this 24-hour stuff, I don't know.
And all of your drivers have done it. Mark Patterson just did at least a double.
Yeah, he did a great job. And,
he did.
Yeah, and it was then we fell off the lead lap at his stint, and but yeah, no, for second, third, and fourth, it's very close there, and even Miranda.
Didn't catch that, did you, Damien?
No, it's
something about the brakes, if it helps.
Needs
so it seems like he had a brake problem.
Microphone closer to his mouth. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not happy that he interrupted me, actually, to be honest.
Yes, sorry, Greg. Sorry, apologies for that. Yeah. We'll have a word with him later. But Greg, I was down there before the race started, and Alan McGarity, another Irishman, showed me your tyre plan pretty quickly. Took it away again then, before I had a chance to take a picture of it. But perhaps you don't know this information, but that's a tyre plan to run through the whole 24 hours. Do you know if you're on schedule with that? Yeah, or whether you would go off that? Or
we have a slightly different strategy than the one that we normally run here at Le Mans, and I'll tell you about it afterwards. But yes, no, we have a tyre plan which we've run to. There's no, great insight there. We've just, we've double stinted the tyres so far, and that's what we've tried to do. We probably maybe go a little bit longer in the night, you know what it's like. So yeah, it's all, so afraid to say it, but it's going to plan so far.
Cool. Can we tell the viewers how many tyres, or is that a secret? Because you've got so many for qualifying in the race, right? And then whatever's left is for the race.
Yeah.
I happen to know that number.
Okay. Can I tell the viewers?
Yeah, it's 13 sets.
There you go.
Lucky for some.
That's a Joker set, right?
Yeah, I can't believe you tell the viewers that.
A pit stop there for Lawrence Vantor, one of the Oak Racing entries, car number 34, running in the 7th place in class. So he's about a lap or so behind your car, Greg Murphy. And what are the drivers saying about the track conditions? I mean, the weather has been absolutely perfect. Not too hot, nice and sunny, not too bright sun either.
Yeah.
Really, really great conditions for motor racing.
Yeah, absolutely amazing conditions for motor racing. But you know what this track is like? Even in these perfect conditions, it's a living, breathing thing, and it changes all the time. So we're just managing it, and that's a little bit what I said. We're used to Le Mans, and we don't, we expect things to be not as we planned. So you must be ready for that. And here's another example, Damien, if you're slow zone there. But yeah, it's so far.
Yeah, it's a thing of beauty and beast, isn't it? This place, it can go really well or the opposite way. And, but just you rightly said that slow zone. Called the next zone, I believe. But you've got a deceleration zone where they've all got to slow down to, and then you've got a state. So there's the end of the yellow zone, the next zone. So now race is back on again until they get right round to the deceleration zone again. So that section is electronically monitored by loops. So the race director, I'm correct in saying,
yeah, I think so,
he's monitoring all of that. So if any particular car breaks it, he's obviously got there's transponders on every single car, so he'll know, and then he can directly radio that car if he needs to, or send you a message in the pit.
And you'll see the big LED display in the car as well, which we get. So that's for the driver, obviously. And yeah, you're right. It's a very sophisticated system. It's one they tried last year that didn't work so well, but this year it seems to work.
It provides a lot of clarity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really sort of quickly and immediately, really.
Yeah, generally speaking, there's certainly some confusion amongst the drivers when we had that incident before Indianapolis earlier in the race, and certainly the yellow zone was supposedly over, and some cars were accelerating rather more quickly than others, and then the prototypes zooming up behind, they were at full speed because they hadn't encountered that yellow at all. So that was kind of just sort of one of those things, really, wasn't it? And most unfortunate for those who were involved, and particularly those who suffered any damage. But the number 8 car, it is back down a lap again now. Ollie Jarvis at the wheel, but still, you can't that car out. But remarkable, Greg. You saw the accident probably on TV at some stage.
Yeah.
And to suffer such little damage is amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, that was a hard hit nose first into the barriers. Unbelievable.
They build them strong, obviously.
Don't they?
Greg, I just see you sitting there monitoring some video and monitoring the lap times. As a team owner, what's going through your head with a car in this race?
Well, if you actually must know, I was thinking about my friend Brendan Hartley there, and I saw that Hulkenberg was quickest, and I was looking at that actually. So back to my job. I do. Well, that's my job.
You got slightly distracted, did you?
Yeah. No, it's going well for us. It's again, it's running to plan. The new Orica, as you can see there, is first and second, so it's proven to be very strong, very quick. So yeah, if they can stay reliable, it looks like they're in their good place. Obviously, we know what we have with our 03R, which is the slightly older car, or the last development of the car. So yeah,
And are you, as a team owner, just sort of fascinated as to how what your emotions are, and are you just counting down the laps and going, phew, another lap gone? Yes, no trouble, no trouble.
There's definitely
or is it hours? Or
yeah, it's definitely been that, and I think I've got better at it as I've got more experience. So obviously, the first time, every corner, I was, so you would actually drive yourself crazy. So you've just got to, try and relax back, and
earlier in the start of this race, we saw, or we heard a radio communication between, I think it was the Audi garage to one of their cars. So I think it was Lena Gate, actually, during a yellow, please don't drive over the cement dust.
Okay.
Which was kind of, I think, offline as well. I think it was Tete Rouge, I think it might have been, or the first chicane, I think it was when the first Works Porsche blew up. But do you have to tell your drivers not to drive on the dust, or do they know that? We thought it was sort of a fairly extraordinary message to a professional racing driver. I don't know whether she caught a glimpse of him going close to it, or she was just sort of, you know, pre-warning him not to go near it.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I mean, we know she's the best in the business, right? So if she does it, it's obviously what you do. But we wouldn't. Yeah, it's a strange one. It is a strange one.
Yeah, because obviously being a professional driver, you know, there's the tarmac is black, the cement dust is grey, almost white, and you know, you keep away from it. But
yeah, we know what racing drivers are like too, Damien. So
really,
yeah.
You get some shots here at this time of night. Now you see all sorts of flies and bugs blowing around. But also to the sides you can see some of the marbles build up.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of debris, and more as the race goes on, because that's little balls of rubber that are coming off the tires. Do you pick that up at the end of the race? That's a joke.
I was like, what? It is amazing. You know what the cars are like after the race. They're battered and bruised, and really, you know, we build a new car for the next race. It's pretty much spent, you know. So yeah, it's an amazing race. It's tough on everybody. It's tough on the cars, it's tough on the mechanics, it's tough on, you know, the supporters, the fans, everybody. But we love it, and it's an amazing experience, and it's an amazing event, and we're, you know, delighted to be invited back. It seems every year now, so for the last 4 years. So
yeah, thankfully you and me both. Thank you, Eurosport. Yeah, it's emotional roller coaster, isn't it?
Oh.
It's you know, being involved, and in 24-hour races, when, you know, fatigue sets in, and, you know, you have ups and downs, and everybody's working together, and, you know, sometimes it doesn't go well, sometimes it goes well, but, you know, it all culminates in finishing the race as such a sort of a fulfilling experience.
Yeah, and maybe the viewers wouldn't realise, yes, we're here to win, and every team is here to win, but to finish is a great, you know, it's a massive thing for the mechanics. They can say they've run a car, they've mechanicked a car that's finished the Le Mans 24-hour race, and that's very much a notch in their belt, you know. So I'm not sure the viewers, so to finish is very special for a team, and then obviously the podium and to win, of course, is the goal, but to finish, you know.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that everyone is just aware of how much effort goes in, not just from the driver's side, or not just from the team side, if you like, but everyone. It's like the Olympics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of motor racing. And,
yeah, we started in 2012 here. We led the race for 5 hours but didn't finish, and in 13, we did finish, and it was a massive credibility thing for us to say we've run a prototype that finished Le Mans, you know. So yeah, it's a big thing.
And experience matters a lot. I'm sure you're able to draw from, you know, your experiences here, and to sort of maximize your potential. But it's not just a matter of one thing. It's not just a matter of being the fastest car. It's not just a matter of being the most reliable.